This doesn't light your fireman, the pilot lights out.
This football team is coming into our place. We're standing in our way.
This is a game of the heart. Focus and finish.
Happy Labor Day, everyone. It was week one of the college football season this past weekend with the money-generating amateur athletes on full display. Now, most of the focus was on the Clemson-Georgia game, and rightly so. Johnny Football and his antics created some buzz. And how about FCS classified Eastern Washington and their victory over number 25 Oregon State? That was the highlight to an otherwise uneventful beginning to the college football season. Now, in the NFL, Saturday was cutdown day where all 32 NFL teams had to get their rosters down to 53 players. Tim Tebow stole the headlines by not making the Patriots roster, but that was just one of many notable players who were released, some who were immediately scooped up by other teams. In terms of players making fantasy headlines, it wasn't much. Let's see what we got. The only real fantasy news here, and it really didn't come as much of a surprise to anyone, is that the Gronk, Rob Gronkowski, has finally returned to practice in New England. So in doing so, he avoids the PUP list, which would have otherwise forced him to sit out the first 6 weeks of the season at a minimum. Now, he's not likely to play in the season opener, and since the Pats have a quick turnaround in week 2 playing on Thursday night against the Jets, that's a dubious proposition at best as well. Although, if there's a way for Belichick to stick it to the Jets, you can be sure he will. So, barring any setbacks, September 22nd against the Bucs is a date folks in New England are circling. And for fantasy owners, the Week 3 event should now be known as Gronk Day. Circle it on your calendar. Not even sure if this one's really fantasy news or not, but Bills coach Doug Marrone stated yesterday that he'll decide on Wednesday whether Manuel will be ready to go in Week 1. Look, they're certainly waiting to the last second to make a decision because they desperately want him to start. They really don't have anybody else. They probably will, but I'm not certain that from a fantasy standpoint, banking your Week 1 fortunes on an injured rookie Buffalo quarterback that the team reached for in the draft is an ideal scenario. Hopefully, if you have him, you're not in a 2-quarterback league, or you have confidence in playing your other quarterback. So with Week 1 kickoff just hours away, let's take a look at 5 go-to veteran players that fantasy owners have been accustomed to relying on and take a look at their prospects in 2013. BenJarvus Green-Ellis set career highs with 278 carries and 1,094 rushing yards last season, but his 3.9 yards per carry average isn't exactly jaw-dropping, and he isn't a threat in the passing game. My thinking here is that by midseason, second-round pick Giovani Bernard, who will start the year relieving the law firm, will end up getting the majority of the touches. Do I think Green-Ellis will get his share of short yardage and goal line work? Sure, but I think the guy to own in Cincinnati is Giovani Bernard. Greg Jennings has gone from running routes for Aaron Rodgers to looking to snatch balls downfield from Christian Ponder on one of the worst passing offenses in the league. Look, I'm not going out of my way to insult Ponder, but let's face it, in the end, his legacy will be the fact that he was able to land Samantha as his wife, not for his on-field accomplishments. If you're expecting Jennings to reach 1,000 yards or catch more TD passes than you can count on one hand, you're going to be severely disappointed. Owen Daniels has been the number 2 option behind Andre Johnson in Houston's passing attack for the past few seasons, but we're seeing a changing of the guard here, and first-round rookie DeAndre Hopkins is expected to take over that role once he clears the cobwebs from his head. Daniels will still be a chain mover, and you could do worse at the position, but he's no longer on the fantasy tight end 1 radar. Following Denario Alexander's season-ending ACL tear, Malcom Floyd has an everyday receiver role locked up. But considering the fact that he's 32 and already suffered a knee scare of his own early this month, combined with the fact that he has to learn a new offense and trying to catch balls from a quarterback who's gone from being among the league's elite to somehow the West Coast version of Mark Sanchez, Floyd is a wide receiver 4 or 5 at best. Now, if for some reason you have faith in Phillip Rivers this season, try Vincent Brown on for size. My guess is that he'll lead the team in targets. And after giving you 4 veterans who you should stay away from, here's one that I think will buck the trend. Reggie Wayne caught 106 passes last season, good for 5th in the league. He's now 34 years old, and conventional wisdom suggests that there's no way he'll see the 195 targets that he saw last season. But here's the way I see it. Last year at this time, we had Andrew Luck coming in as a rookie to a Colts team that was not expected to be very good, Wayne was 33, and there's no way anyone can tell me they expected Wayne to catch more than 100 balls for more than 1,350 yards. Now, Luck is going to be throwing the ball more this season, not less, and Wayne, so long as he can stay healthy, can absolutely flourish again. People are underestimating the wily veteran. Wayne could have left prior to last year to play with a veteran quarterback on a sure-shot playoff team. His contract was up. In fact, I think most players would have done that. But he stayed to rebuild with Luck, and he didn't stick around to have someone else be the go-to guy. If you got Wayne in the 4th round or later, particularly in a PPR league, for the 2nd year in a row, I think Reggie Wayne is going to make his fantasy owners very happy. With just 3 days to the NFL season starts, be sure to tune in to the Roto Experts Fantasy Football News Notes and Analysis segment every weekday. I'll be here to keep you current and ahead of the competition, and on weekends, come back for This Week in Fantasy Football as I team up with the King, Scott Engel, covering the week that was and the week that will be, answering your viewer questions. For Roto Experts, I'm Mike Cardano. See you tomorrow. Happy Labor Day, everyone.